Hey everyone, it's Kyle again from Command Creativity and welcome back to the Selz series. Now in this video, we're going to finish and fully customize our online store. Now this is going to be a really fun video, so let's get into it. Okay, so before we dive into this tutorial, I do want to remind you one more time that you can download this Selz demo store folder on the Command Creativity website. Links will be in the description. We're going to reference this quite a bit during this tutorial, so if you want to follow along, feel free to download this. Great, so let's open up our internet browser and navigate to our Selz account. So one initial thing that we have to do is create categories. So navigate to the categories section, and this just helps our products stay organized so our customers can find them easily. So Selz gives us two predefined categories, an all category and featured. So let's customize these guys. So click on all here, and let's open up the Selz demo store, and let's open up the store details PDF. Let's go down to the bottom here and copy this description right here and paste it in. And let's leave the title set to the predefined all and use the page title for SEO so that Google can find it easily. And our description, let's use the meta description so Google can find this as well. Now let's upload our image for this category. So inside of our Selz demo store, let's click on that. Let's go to our store essentials graphics in all category, double click to upload, and let's sort the products in this category from the newest added to the oldest added and click update. Now same goes for the featured. So all we want to do here is copy and paste this into our store, but if you are creating a custom store, which I do hope you are doing, just make sure to upload your own description and your own image. But if you're following along, just upload the stuff from that handy dandy folder that you can find. Now let's keep the sorting the same and let's add some items to this guy. So let's go with our high quality landscape photos and our introduction to manual photography guide, as well as our quick reference photography chart. And click update. And as we add more products, when we do add an item, we can add it to a category right from the add new items window. So now let's add another category and call it materials, and let's add this description. So just paste it in there and let's name it materials. Maybe a little typo, there we go. Materials and parent category, don't need to do that on this. We can update the URL here if we want to customize it some more, but let's upload our own image. Select our sorting from newest to oldest, and with the items added for the materials, we're going to go with those landscape photos and that motion tracking footage and tap on add. Great. And now for the last one here, we are going to name it training, and let's copy and paste this bad boy in there, and let's call it, what did I say? I forgot already. Training. So let's name it training, and we can add it to a parent category if we want to make this a subcategory. Update the URL if we want, but let's upload that image there. Let's call it training category and select sorting, newest to oldest again, and choose intro to manual photography guide and our reference chart and click add. The nice thing about Selz is it's very quick to do all this stuff, and I love how fast it is. So that's just a quick little fun fact there for you, but let's get back to our store. Well, congratulations, I'm going to give you a virtual high five, and hey, we're done with our categories. Let's go have some fun customizing the store like crazy here. So click on store and our themes, and not our themes because we have our theme here that we chose in a previous tutorial. Let's click on customize. Great, so welcome to your fantastic store here. Let's go to our pages block or section right there, and let's customize what you see in the main menu. So our blog here. We're not going to turn off the blog. Somebody can find our blog by typing in the URL directly, but we're just not going to show it because we're not going to promote it on our store. So let's turn off our blog. Let's keep our about and contact. Let's show our home, and let's show our products right there. So what we want to do to reorganize these so we can see them differently or customize them is just drag and drop them using these little dots here. So our home, let's drag that up to the top there. Then let's go home. Let's go products. Then we want to go about and then contact. Then feel free to turn on or off any of these. I'm going to make sure to turn on all these little subcategories because that's what we just did. So there we go. We are set to go. Now, one quick thing on this page, if we do want to customize the title of the pages, just click on the name there and we can change what it says. So I renamed it to products. It probably looks like categories to you, but just name it to products. And what we want to do here is for the title, let's name it to products as well. And we're not going to worry about a description. If you are making a legit store, make sure to customize that though. And there we go. Let's click on save. There we go. That looks great. It says products and products, all that good stuff there. And looks like we didn't save it. So my bad there. Let me just reorganize these, turn these on, turn off the blog, turn on the products. Man, Kyle, what was I doing being a little crazy guy? All right, there we go. Products, about, and contact. That's why I make sure to click save every time. Just a quick little tip for you. And then for home, let's just make sure to rename this to home and click save. Great, doesn't do anything. That's totally fine. With our products here, renamed it. Just want to make sure because I forgot to save it a while back, which is fine. And go back. And then for our about page, we can change the URL. We're going to keep it how it is. We are going to keep it all the same here. About us. Save that. Looks great. Then let's go back here. Click a little back arrow, and then under our contact page, let's do the same thing. Contact, and then contact us. Great, save, and boom. We did some back end work here just to make sure it's all gonna work out great for us. And now let's customize how our footer looks. So we're gonna go with our home. We're gonna turn off the blog here. Whoops, there we go. Turn off the blog, and we're gonna turn on our products. We're not gonna turn on any of the subcategories because you can do that up top here. But we are going to keep it just so you can see products there, about, and contact. I'm going to turn off privacy. Let's keep those on because people want to know privacy and terms, all that kind of stuff. So let's keep those on and click on save. And there we go. We should have everything in good order here. Kind of looks like a mess, but we're going to work on that in just a second. So good job, friends. We did it. All right. So now it's time to hop on over here to the design setting. And we're going to get started with our styles. Well, we already have a style. It's this Jack V theme. I think it looks pretty sweet. We're going to keep that. But for our branding here, what we are going to do is use our store logo instead of the text that says photo focus. Now, one thing you're probably like, Kyle, it looks different for me, is your logo and text is probably on the left. So what you want to do here is actually go over to the header, change the logo position to center, and we're going to leave mega menu and display products enabled. So it looks like this with its fancy product and everything right there. So just leave it how that looks. And we're going to come to announcements here in just a sec, but just want to give you some preface there so you're not confused about what we're doing here. So under branding, let's show our image instead of text, and let's leave our logo size at medium. Click on save. And what happens? It'll look pretty sweet. So design settings saved. There we go. It's looking like a legit store here. I really like it. And great. So now let's hop on over to our header again. I showed you a couple things in here a minute ago, but we're going to go to our announcement bar, and this is really cool. So we're going to say like 30% off products. So I'm going to type this in and I'll meet you guys once this is done here. Okay, great. So I just typed in my text here for the announcement bar. We're going to use a black background, white text, things like that. You can use a cookie banner if you need that, but I'm going to leave it off on this example. Click on save. And here's the cool thing. This announcement bar, yes, we are promoting a coupon code, and that's what I think is great. We're not going to link it to anything quite yet. We'll come back to that in the next tutorial where we are going to talk all about discounts, coupons, and all those goodies. So just hang tight, but I do want to show you that you can do things like this where you can promote coupons and all that stuff. So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's just leave that how it is. Great. So now let's tap on banner here. And on our homepage, you can see that there's this, it's a cool background, but let's customize it and make it our own. So while we can upload a video here, let's upload some images here. So just a quick, cool little thing that I want to pop in here is Pexels.com is my go-to place for stock photos and videos. No, I'm not getting paid to say this. I just think they're great. So check them out in the description below. I use them on tons of my tutorials here. But if you do have any questions about them, let me know in the comments. But feel free to check out that link below and check the licensing agreements before you do anything. But the things I found were all ready to go without attribution. and we're free. So inside of our Selz demo store, use the original icons or original images and icons and click on stock images. And we are going to use this dark mountain sky background that I found. Pretty cool. Now feel free to add another image from the stock images selection here. It is given to us by Pexels, so you can just use this or you can look it up on their website. So it's up to you. But one thing that you might notice is when you do click save, it's going to pop it in here, but you probably can't see the text. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure these are all good right here. We're going to add an overlay. So we're going to add a black overlay, and we're going to make it, we're going to add a overlay opacity to about 45%, let's say. We're not going to show any controls because we just have one. You can make a slideshow if you want to be fancy, but just click save when you're done. All right, so just let it save here. And once that's done, your store is going to come a little bit more to life. Now, man, it doesn't look good. And I'll show you why, because you can't see anything here. So we're going to change that in a little bit here with colors. But with our footer, we're going to leave everything as it is, so no need to save. But with our colors, this is where everything's going to come alive for us and start to take shape. So our background, we're going to keep the background as white, but we are going to use multiple different colors here. Now I'm going to speed through this whole section right here, but I am going to give you a couple quick tips here. Now with the Selz demo store folder inside of Store Essentials, I do have the main color scheme .pdf, I think. It might not be a PDF. Yeah, it is. So it's a PDF. Now I added some colors here, but I'm going to show you how to quickly add these in so you can customize them in just a bit. All right, my computer's being a little crazy. All right, so what we want to do is let's copy this yellow color right here. And what we want to do is let's go to our buttons. Let's click on primary. And what we want to do is just copy Command C and then Command V in here. And then let's tap on this yellow box right here. And what we want to do is just, you can click on there to set it. You don't have to. But now what you want to do is just click on the plus button. What it does is it saves it to your palette right here. So I already added a blue. I'm going to remove that here. So all you want to do is click and hold, or you want to click and hold on it and then click on the X right there, and then it will remove it for you. So we do have our yellow color. What you can do is you can add the rest of these colors in, which I'm going to do, and then I'm going to customize how the store looks. So I'm going to meet you once all this is done, and I'll tell you what colors I used in which section. So I'll see you in just a bit. All right, and before I do add any of these colors to the site, I just have a quick little tip for you guys. Now, when you do add the hex codes and you paste it in, don't click the enter or return key, because that's just going to mess up everything and save the site for you. But all you want to do is enter your color, click on this box, and then press the plus button to add it to your preset there. So just a quick tip, I went through support for this issue, so I just want to save you some time. And I'll meet you guys once I fill in my website with all my custom colors. All right, what's up guys? I just finished the coloring of my whole site here. And I'm just gonna run you through so you can follow along if you wanna follow exactly how my store looks. So I used a white background, yellow for headings and titles, black for text and links. And I'm just gonna scroll through these, so if you wanna jot them down real quick, you sure can. Because I just went through and used my own creativity here to just choose how my store looks. Now, if you are following along exactly, feel free to be creative and just mess around with all these colors here. Sale price is a little bit different. There's your hex code. But yeah, there we go. Just tap on save. And here's the thing. I'm kind of going for a little bit more of a dark mode on this site because it's 2019 and it's 2019 at this time and dark mode is all the rage now. So I just want to follow with that trend, I guess. Yeah, so more you know. Okay, so now let's click on the typography section. Let's get to customizing. We are using some of these cool fonts here. But I'm going to choose my own, and what I am going to use is the Google Fonts library. So fonts.google.com, link for that in the description below as everything too. I'm going to mess around here, just take a look here, but feel free to type in your own text here, display everything. And the nice thing is Selz uses Google Fonts. So once you find something on Google Fonts here, you can come back and search for it, which is great. So I'm going to look around for a little bit I like this text, but just to be creative, I'm going to find my own. So I'll meet you guys once I find my own font. You do the same thing, and I'll meet you up in about a second with editing. Here we go. All right, hey guys, so I found the fonts that I want to use. And so for the body here, we're going to use Work Sans, a font size of 16, 400 point for the weight. And then for the heading, we're going to go with the Railway, 700 bold, size of 20, Accent Railway, size 20, 700, all those good things. So I think that looks great. So let's tap on save there. And I think it's great that Selz uses Google Fonts, very versatile. Another reason why Selz is fantastic in my opinion. So another thing for layout here, we're going to bump that down to size S for small. And let's save that because, to be honest, I don't want the website to be super long with all the spacing that we have. So just out of experience, I found that small for spacing works great. And then for products, we're going to keep all these as they are. We're going to show these share buttons though. So if that's off for you, just turn that on. And feel free to use any of these, but I'm just going to keep them as they are. So tap on save like a true computer user would do that I forgot to at the beginning. I don't know why. But once that's done, let's go back here. And if you do want to customize the blog, all you have to do is just tap on this blog section here to customize it. So hey, look at that guys. We found all the colors, fonts that we want to use, but now it's time to customize the pages and make them look like they're ours. And we put our stamp of approval on them. So just like last tutorial here, hopping over to the blocks section, we can see that the blocks to the left correspond to what is on the right. So what we're going to do first is customize our homepage. With our banner here, let's click on text. And on here, let's make sure our text color is set to white. Tap on save. And then let's click on settings. And this is where we'll be able to customize the text. So don't click on settings, that just opens this. Just click on the text here. And what I'm going to do is write a short and to the point welcome message. Not only will this capture the interest of your customers, but also it's going to describe your store in a few words. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to write this welcome message, and once I do, I'll meet you once it's complete. Alrighty, so I just finished the title or the header and the description here, and I just wrote something pretty fun and pretty minimalistic here. If you do have any questions about what to write, let me know. I'll try to help out the best I can. So just tap on save there, and now let's customize this primary button. Now this is the first button that a customer will see when they enter your store most likely. So make sure this is like a call to action button. What I'm going to do is click on settings here, and I'm going to customize what this button does. So the button text, I'm going to say shop now. So I'm sure you could come up with something more creative than that, but this is just going to be a basic button that they're going to see right when they come to the store. Now I'm going to link this to an item. You can link this to a URL once you have your domains and everything set up, which I'll go over later. But I'm going to link it to the Introduction to Manual Photography Guide, and I'm just going to say shop now. You know, let's try something else. Let's go learn photography today. That sounds way better than shop now. So what we can do is we can customize some advanced settings if you need to, but I'm just going to click save. And one thing I've run into is customizing this button right out of the gate doesn't work, which is kind of weird. So what we have to do is delete it, and we have to add a block, and we have to go to button and drag and drop that in. I don't know why this is a problem, but it is. So you just have to do this little workaround here. So what we're going to do is just re-enter these kind of things, and I'll meet you once this is complete. All right, so I just entered those details in there, made a view item button. I'm just going to click save. Look at that, it works right away. So just have that little workaround there, but it's totally fine. Let's go back here and let's customize more of this site. So I'm going to get rid of this crazy little category list here. It doesn't look that good, so I'm just going to click on it and click delete. You can get it to look nice if you want to, but I'm going to opt for something else. So I'm going to put this new arrivals above this image with text overlay. So let's click drag to reorder, drag and drop, bada bing, bada boom, click on it, and let's customize what it says here. So instead of new, let's go, instead of new arrivals, let's say start new, start here. That sounds a little bit more appealing than new arrivals. So we're going to go for the featured category instead. We're going to show header text, and we're going to have 3 products. Click save, and bam, there we go. looks fantastic, which is great. So now what we're going to do is at the bottom here, we are going to add a text with image overlay. So let's click on that guy. Let's remove their default. Let's change the image. Let's go upload, browse for images. Let's upload our studio.jpg. There we go. And our text will be in the center, of course. And our button, let's customize that again. I'm going to customize this using my own little creativity here. So I'm going to meet you once this is done so it doesn't take 5 hours. So I'll meet you in just a second. Okay, so I just put in some text and customized the button. So it's an add to cart and I chose one of my products here. I just don't want you guys sitting through that. And now for the advanced, we are going to add something here called the overlay. So just like what we did up there, we're going to add an overlay color of black. We are going to make it about a 70% overlay opacity. So we are going to change the text color to white. Let's click save and see what we got. Boom, that looks great. And so we have our text, we uploaded our image, we have a button, learn more, links to a product, which is fantastic. Now it looks like this page is almost done. The one thing that we do have to have completed is change the footer. So what we want to do is that save. Let's go back here with our footer, click on that, change the text color to white, click save. You know what? No, we don't want that. Change the text to black, my bad. And let's click on the text here. And let's add a little description to our footer. So if somebody's down there, they know what our site is about and just the general gist of what it is. So let's enter that. I'll meet you once that's complete. All right, great. So I just added this little description at the bottom. So in a glance, people can see what the site is about. Now it says we accept nothing because we haven't really set up our payment gateways. Remember in a video past, I showed you how to link up those payment gateways. Now, once you have those enabled, those will show here, but since our store isn't fully set up because it is a demo store, that isn't showing there. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm always ready to answer any questions for you. So great job. Now we finished our homepage. There are a couple things that we do have to complete yet. We have to complete our products, just make sure that's all functioning correct, our about contact, take a quick look at our privacy and terms. So let's get into that. Now with products, tap on that and you'll see all of your products display in their categories, which is great. Now if they hover over that, they can see some quick little items, or they can go here and see some more categories. So I think that's looking great. Now let's customize our about page. I'm just going to give you a quick little lesson about how this block system works, and I'm going to customize it to my ability because I don't want you sitting around while I'm customizing, because I feel like that's going to be a little boring and things like that. So I'm going to show you the process here and how it works. Now before I do, remember how we customize that footer? That footer stays the same across the whole site. So if you edit it here, it will update on every page, which is great. Now let's talk about those block system, or about the block system here. So you can add products. So what you do is you just click and drag onto your site. So what I'm going to do is click and drag on a text block, and you can see that it's on your cursor right there. Now you can choose to add it in your footer. You can see that yellow box indicates where you're going to place the item, or in the main section of your page. So once it's yellow, it means that it's going to drop it there. So release, and there we go. You can update some text. And when you click on the gear icon right here, you'll be able to customize the text settings, such as the text color and some other advanced options like height, width, and the background if you want to add one. But if you do want to customize some of the elements within this element, just click on it and you're brought to the text editor. All right, so what we're going to do here is just click on save. And now I think it's time to add some additional elements. So let's head back here, click on add block, and I think let's add a video. So let's click and drag on the video element, and just like we did with the previous text element, we can drag and drop it below or above. You can see that yellow box indicates where you're going to drop it, and the green boxes indicate the other elements on your page. So just drop it in there. I'm going to add my own video. You can choose a video to upload, or you can upload a video through the HTML5 or from YouTube or Vimeo. I'm going to use YouTube. Click on that. Just copy and paste your URL. So what you want to do is just click on save once you fill that in. I'm going to add a couple more things, customize it, and I'll meet you guys once this page is complete. All right, so I just finished the About page here and threw in all the content that I thought would go well on this page. And I'm just going to run you through how this looks and what you can do on your own page. Now, just a quick note about the About page and Contact page and any other custom pages that you're going to add is these aren't 100% width. So you're only going to have content that can go up to like these little bounding lines right here. And that is a quick little note because if you do want to create content that goes full width across these custom pages, like your About or Contact page, it's not quite possible with the Selz structure on this template. Now, you have so much other custom control that I think it's totally fine. And if you do have a question about that, feel free to reach out to their support. They're super quick. All you have to do is click on this little button right here and live chat with someone, which is phenomenal. Now, just a quick note of how this page works. So what I did is I went back to the design tab and I changed the header color to black just because it looks a little bit more professional or just a little bit more modern, I guess. I added some description here in this text element. I added a divider and then I added a grid. So what grids allow you to do is add different content inside of the grid. So you can add multiple different columns here and then add blocks to each column and you can customize how many columns you have. It's so versatile, I think you'll find so much use for this element. Now what I did here is I just added some YouTube videos from my own Command Creativity channel. Link below. No self-promotion here. Kinda, but all right. Then after these videos, I added a image with text overlay. I didn't add any image just so it's transparent so you can see the background here. So if you look in here, there's no image. Under advanced, there's no background or any overlay. So it flows right over the background color. Then I added a quick little learn today and then view an item to a item that I had. So then in the footer, it just stays the same. So that is my About page. And what I'm going to do now is hop on over to Contact. And I'm just going to add a couple things here, like a testimonial. And I'll meet you guys and I'll run through the same kind of thing that I just did right now. So see you in like a second. All right, so I just wrapped up the Contact Us page here, and I think it's really minimalistic, and I think it gets the point across pretty effectively. So what I did is I added a text block here with a header and then just normal text. That looks pretty nice. And then I added a quote block from little Jimmy here, just a random guy, I guess. So you can add a little bit of content in here. I wouldn't overemphasize it with content, just keep it pretty minimal. And this form here is added automatically. So no need for you to worry about any of those things. And this form is secured by reCAPTCHA, so Selz, 10 out of 10 for ensuring that our form entries are filled by humans and not by robots. So way to go on that. Now we do have two other pages that we need to customize, and that's the privacy and the terms pages. Now I am going to customize these and I'm going to fly right through these because they function the exact same to the other pages we have looked at in the past. So I'll meet you guys once these are complete. All right, so I just wrapped up the privacy and terms pages here, and all I had to do was drag and drop a text block onto the page here. And all I used was a header 1 element, so in the format heading 1, then hit the enter key, changed it to text, and then after this first little explainer paragraph, hit the enter key twice, and then copied and pasted some lorem ipsum text. Now, if you are creating a legitimate store, which I hope you are doing, put some effort into creating a pretty well understood and accurate privacy and terms pages. I just used a simple text element in some sample text lorem ipsum to fill out this page, but when you are creating a store, just make sure to fill this out accurately. Because your customers are a very, very big priority and privacy and terms are very important, especially considering today and all the hacks and all that. So just put some work into this privacy and the terms pages. These are both pretty simplistic from my end. Now, congratulations. I think we have a really good, well-functioning online store. All of our pages are customized and I think they look very, very nice. And they all look great with their photos and descriptions and everything. So another virtual high five for getting to this point. Now, a couple things that I do want to run you through. Feel free to change anything and mess around with a bunch of different styling and those types of things. But head back to the dashboard here. And under the store, under settings, there are a couple of things that I do want to show you. Now, everything is enabled, which is great, but make sure to turn on share buttons, because getting traction in today's age especially, people share things on social media. So just make sure that's enabled. Feel free to turn on any of these things. But one thing I do want to highlight here is the search button. And I would say to show that, because you will see a little magnifying glass in the header navigation. Now this search option just makes finding your products very accessible to your customers. Also cookie banner here, if you want to enable that, but I'd just say turn that on. So click save, and let's head back over to the customize to see what happened. And as you can see, there is a little magnifying glass to the right-hand side of our store. Now this makes it especially nice if a customer comes to our online store with the intent of purchasing a specific product. Now I think we successfully completed this section as we customized our whole online store with all of our pages. Now I can't wait for the next section where we're going to talk about coupons and discounts. Now if you do have any questions at all, feel free to let me know in the comments section below, and in the description you can find links to a lot of helpful guides and a lot of helpful material. So make sure to check that out, but I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.